XDC 2.0 update is going to be reflected at the decent wallet. That is our top priority. But put it aside about this update, maybe there are another feature that we already been added, such as a swap X.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of the XDC MENA Podcast, where we talk about blockchain, projects, innovation, technology, and of course, the XDC network. We have a very special guest today, all the way from Korea. Please let us welcome Wankyu Kim. Wankyu Kim is the Chief Business Officer of Decent Wallet. So Decent Wallet is a leading provider for safe, innovative hardware or cold storage. So Wankyu is the driving force in expanding the growth of business of Decent and of course supporting major crypto assets like as XDC and other XRC20 assets. So let's deep dive and learn about Decent Wallet. Wankyu, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, it's my pleasure to be in Dubai and to have a podcast and invited for the XDC MENA podcast. So this is Wankyu. I'm the Chief Business Officer at IO Trust, the creator of the Decent Wallet.
Okay, great. So yes, can you please introduce us more, if you can share about yourself or tell us more about Decent Wallet?
Yeah, sure.
The history.
IO Trust is the company name and the Decent is our brand name. So IO Trust was founded in 2017 with a team member. So indeed that this is our 8th year in the blockchain journey. But since our foundation, that there were only 2 criteria that we focus on, which is the security as well as the globalization. After that, we conclude that probably the wallet is the segment that will fulfill these 2 criteria. And we only focus on the wallet business only from beginning all the way to the end. And right now, the IO Trust is already appointed as the baby unicorn by the Korean ministry. And right now, we do have more than 600,000 Decent users in worldwide, more than 200 countries. I'm very pleased to have a title of the first hardware wallet that supports the XDC ecosystem.
Right, thank you. Thank you for sharing a bit of background of IO Trust and also the brand name of Decent. And wow, congratulations on being the baby unicorn of the Korean ministry. So yes, one standout feature of Decent Wallet is basically the biometric authentication. Can you tell us more about that? Why is it important?
All right, because I think you might already heard the thousands of times that not your key and not your crypto. And the thing is, the private key is the most important piece of the information. Authenticate the ownership of your crypto at the blockchain network. And the thing is, how you're going to save this private key. It has to be saved at the offline. And how you're going to make it easy, or how you're going to make it more user-friendly. That's why we introduced this hardware wallet.
Oh, that's nice.
Fingerprint authentication, because the fingerprint authentication already give a message to all the individual user that, okay, it has a more security as well as a more convenient, because instead of entering the PIN number, all you have to do is just scan your fingerprint and confirm the transaction. But at the same time, that this hardware wallet, the onboarding process is a bit complicated because you have to write down 24/6 phrase. That's why Apple made an announcement 2019 that they are going to support the NFC communication protocol.
Okay.
That's where we introduced another hardware wallet with the card type. All you have to do is just tag this card type at the backside of your smartphone. And ultimately, that either card type or the biometric wallet, the main goal is to save your private key safely, because your information is going to be encrypted and save it at the secure chip, which is a multi-chip architecture, and will not be exposed in any circumstances. And furthermore, that if your friends or the hacker try to get access to this hardware wallet, entering the incorrect PIN number for 10 times, and scan the unregistered fingerprint for more than 5 times, the secure chip is going to detect that, hey, maybe there's an unauthorized access trying to get into this wallet. That will just wipe out entire information of your private key. And only way you can recover is, once again, seed phrase.
Exactly. Oh, thank you so much for showing us those two different type of wallets. So they have card type or the biometric type, but still, even with those different cards or different wallet storage, it's still with the security, which is very, it's very good actually. And yeah, so I have decent wallet basically. So I know how easy it is to set it up and to transfer assets. But for the community members that are not into decent wallet or the NFC card, can you walk us through like how easy it is? I know you mentioned it's not easy, but can you walk us through like the process?
I would say the correct definition is not easy. Maybe it's complicated because when you just, get this new hardware wallet, you have to go through the initial setting process, which is that you have to generate your own private key in offline circumstances. What this hardware wallet is going to do is, once you just turn on this wallet, it will randomly select 24 words out of 2054 word list. So imagine that what will be the chance that you can just guess what would be the first correct word out of 2054 words. And you have to go all the way to until 24th word. Probably, guessing this is phrase for the 24 word is probably is impossible. And what it does is there are very thin line between the security as well as the user convenience. That's what we are chasing to increase the user-friendly or seamless user experience. And we are spending enormous time for decent mobile app, which is the only single device that connects with your hardware wallet, communicate with the blockchain network.
Right. For community members, I think every one of us already set up a mobile phone, right? I think it's not that far. You have to select the language.
Yes.
So yes, Wankyu, I think you've heard that we have partnership with SBI Bank, Deutsche Telekom. How do you think using Decent Wallet is expanding in a broader ecosystem or mass adoption?
All right, because probably now we are looking at the two different perspectives. Because I think Decent Wallet is more suitable for the individual investor who was to hold this cryptocurrency. But at the same time, to reach the mass adoption, the major enterprise player needs to play the role, such as Deutsche Telekom, SBI. But the thing is, when you just look at their service provider's perspective, that Decent Wallet might be not a good fit, because individual user for the Deutsche Telekom, for example, if they want to check their asset, they have to open up Decent Wallet and just check their balance at the Decent mobile app, which is not user friendly in terms of Deutsche Telekom perspective. That's why we introduced another type of the wallet in beginning of this year as a WIPIN. We identify as a wallet as a service, and this wallet is gonna be embedded inside of the service provider's app. That means you do not have to download separate mobile app. As soon as you just enter your Google ID or the social login information, automatically entire wallet feature is gonna be created inside of this service provider's app. And indeed that after our launch in this year, that we already have the success reference in various service segments in Korea, such as NFT ticketing or app tech or gaming community. And the thing is, the lesson that we learned is that exactly why this WIPIN was developed, because they do not want to use the third-party wallet service, but they cannot afford to have own wallet for the maintenance without knowing the return on investment perspective. And this wallet feature is going to be embedded and created less than 1 hour of the coding. You do not have to worry about the network maintenance or the wallet feature, because everything is going to be supported by the WIPIN wallet that is backed by the Decent. Because once again, that every technology has been already developed and maintained by our in-house technology. In other words, that we do have a core know-how to support all different types of customization that each service provider would ask.
interesting. That's very reassuring that you guys have your own in-house, so you do not acquire third-party services. So it's very secure. So similar with XDC network, wherein we upgraded to the mainnet, the XDC 2.0. Still, we are on the same path when it comes to driving innovation, mass adoption, and of course, security. Security is always the top priority. So yeah, thank you so much for the video as well that we played. I also like the part wherein it's a third kind of service that you provide, the whipping.
Yes.
It seems like it's a game changer, and Descent is becoming a one-stop shop.
Yes.
For everyone.
So right now that, you do not have to search for any kind of different exchange or debt service provider to buy the crypto wallet or just, do this kind of staking, because every different types of DeFi or the debt services is going to be supported at the Descent wallet. So in other words, that we like to position as a single one-stop shop that you can enjoy all different types of service without any kind of learning curve. So at the same time, the whipping is a completely different strategy that we are looking at. Is we need to get engaged with the service provider. And that is my ultimate goal, because we are ready to go in global based on what we already achieved in Korea.
Correct. Not just in retail, but also in the institution. Okay. All right, Wankyu, thank you so much for sharing your views about Descent. And I know that you've touched the part wherein you are providing another type of wallet, but is there any other roadmap? Are you adding other features that XDC community will be excited about or look forward to?
Rebecca, you already mentioned that, the biggest homework is the XDC 2.0. And I had a very brief discussion with one of the co-founders at the XDC, and I was very impressed about the vision that he wants to try. And definitely, this XDC 2.0 update is going to be reflected at the Descent wallet. That is our top priority. But put it aside about this update, maybe, there are another feature that we already been added, such as a SwapX, because you already know that the difference between the exchange as well as a swap. But surprisingly, when I just look at all the detailed data, how users are doing it, and I noticed that there are quite a number of users really do not know the difference between the swap and exchange. So what we did was we just combined these two features in together. So whatever the coin or the network or token that you want, put it in, and just select the desired token that you want to exchange. Churn rate was reduced dramatically. And this is one of the good examples that how we are trying to improve the user experience when it comes with the blockchain services. And down the road that, we are going to add the direct staking service at the Descent wallet. So instead of using any kind of third party, you can directly staking your asset and get some interest from it. And probably the last assignment, which is a very huge project, is even though that you give us a very good compliment about the Descent user experience, there are so much homework to do, because our boss is not happy about the way Descent wallet is working. So our entire crew is working on a major upgrade in Descent mobile app. So probably, you might going to realize when we release this new app, it's going to be definitely much, much faster. And it's going to have a completely entire user interface with a different color, different outlook, including the dark mode. It's a pity that, I cannot share the exact date, although that I know that.
Let's keep them excited.
Yes, definitely, we are going to make a public announcement that, the entire new look or maybe second generation of the Descent wallet mobile app is available in the market.
All right, this is a very phenomenal roadmap that you have. And yes, indeed, XDC and Descent Wallet have come a long way. And thank you for still supporting the broader ecosystem of XDC Network. So yes, Wankyu, thank you so much for having the podcast with us. Any final message to our community members, especially with the security?
Yes. So, once again, that, make sure that you manage your seed phrase or the recovery shit, offline safely, because losing this hardware wallet is less important than losing your seed phrase. Because if someone has access for your seed phrase, they can make a clone device with their own fingerprint, and they can just send your asset without your confirmation. So make sure that do not save this seed phrase in any device that has a connection with the internet. And secondly, do your homework, because there are many scammers or the channel or the services that promise for the very high return. And once you just confirm that to use this service, you are authorizing them to have your private key access automatically. So if you do not know that which service that you are using, please do not click any button. And maybe another thing is there are quite a number of scammer channels in the SNS, including the Twitter as well as the Telegram channel, claiming that they are the decent support team. And as soon as customer gave a response that, oh, I have some technical issue, they will ask you to set up the direct message channel. And the first thing that they're going to ask you is, okay, give me the 24 seed phrase and I will give a technical support. That's why we do not receive or we do not collect any kind of technical inquiry from those channels. Only channel that we are collecting the customer inquiry is by the email. And I am pushing our customer support team very hard that every inquiry that they receive has to be responded within 24 hours. Indeed, that is happening right now. And maybe you can just double check that the customer rating that we are getting it, because that is one of the ongoing effort that we are trying to make or the XDC or the crypto wallet users happy. Lastly, that we know that we have a very, very bright picture, but it's gonna be a very, very long journey. But stick with it and make sure that until that right time comes, you have to make sure to keep your private information safely.
Exactly. As he said, not your key, not your asset. And please make sure to take note the arrangement of those 24 phrases, those seed phrases. So yes, Wankyu, thank you again for being part of the podcast and sharing us what Decent is in store for all of the community members, not just for XDC, but for all crypto holders. Thank you so much. So all of the links that is related for Decent Wallet, it will be placed under the description of the video. And yes, if you want to know more about XDC Network, please go to www.XinFin.org. And for our tech support, please register, sign up, and participate on the discussion by going to www.xdc.dev. So until next episode, bye-bye.